Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So as I said before, I was going to do the review video on the Baseus M2. I don't know if it's pronounced M2s or M2s. So this was the active noise canceling earphone, and I didn't realize that there was an instruction booklet in the box. So um, in this instruction booklet, there was one thing. Pretty much comes with all the languages. So these are all the languages if you're interested. Um, the only thing to take note of that I saw in the instruction booklet was that, well, one thing is that they offer an app for the earphone. If you just scan the QR code, I guess it will take you there. I did not download that. And then it talks about some of the hazardous products that are in the earphone. One of them being that it's lead, and the other one is that there's lead in the charging cable, which, I mean, I'm not even using the charging cable, but I mean, if you're concerned about that kind of stuff, it is listed in here. Other than that, there's really not much going on in the earphone. It kind of tells you how to activate your noise canceling. So that was the thing with this earphone. It has the active noise canceling. So that's what this is, ANC, active noise canceling. And basically, so the earphones claim, it was in the instruction booklet whereby it states that it can run for so many hours, if I'm not mistaken. So I didn't test that part of it. I did not run it for until it's dead, but I only charged it once during the week. So I mean, it can last for quite a while. I used it an hour a day for 5 days, and it didn't really die out on me. So I think it lasts pretty long. So this is the specifications on what it's capable of holding. So the pack itself has a battery in here. So even if your earphones were to run out, you could still charge it through the pack. So like I said, I used it for a week, and I thought I'd give the review as to what I think about this earphone. First thing is, if you're using this for calling, I mean, it's all right, I guess. It's not necessarily the worst. So I had one video call, and I mean, I could hear it okay, I guess. The sound going out, I mean, usually these kind of earphones, doesn't matter what brand they are, they're pretty bad. If you want a Bluetooth talking type earpiece, it's probably better to buy one of those old-fashioned ones that kind of extend out, that are specifically for the hands-free calling. But if you're using these for hands-free calling, I would not recommend it. It's not just this brand, but most of them don't work very well. So anyways, going back into it, some of the things that I really like about the design is that, well, first of all, the case is pretty easy to load in your earphones, load them out. I am still using their ear buds, so this is the extra large. What I like about the earpiece is that they have these bigger tabs here with bigger tabs to connect for charging, which is really good, because if you notice that a lot of these earpieces, let me see if I have one behind me right now. So a lot of these earpieces, they provide you with these really tiny tips like that. So this is the other earphone that I was using. So the tiny tips, as they get older, they tend not to connect anymore. So I'm hoping that as this thing gets older, they will be fine. But as I was saying, so with the tiny ones, they tend to, I don't know if they break, or I don't know what it is, but they don't get a good connection when you put them back into the case. So then you're kind of forced to make something work or just toss them out. So anyways, so that's one thing that I noticed. And so for the active noise canceling, definitely it works, but it works in a different way that I thought it would work. So the active noise canceling, when you pull this out, and there's a way to switch it on, there's a way to switch it off too, but it would be to hold the earpiece down and it will turn on, turn off, whichever way you prefer. So with it being on, you don't even need to play any music. It will actively try to cancel out the noise that is being produced. How does it do it? I have no idea. I'm guessing it produces a sound wave that is opposite of what's coming in. So the weird thing is I can hear voices pretty clearly even though this thing is running. There's a loud fan in the gym that I go to. That fan, the sound is trying to be canceled, but I can still hear it, but I hear it in a different tone. So I don't really actually hear it with the same output of noise that it was producing while it's on. So that it does work, but I wouldn't use it as a buying point for this earpiece. So the earpiece itself, there's probably better active noise canceling earpieces out there that may be able to do things better. But for this one, it's not bad, but it's not good either. It's just kind of like there. So with it being off or on, I mean, it does help with it being on a little, but not necessarily all that much. So going back to the sound quality now. So like I said, when you review these earpieces, it's really hard to say like, oh, this is something that you should get, because everybody's ear is different. And so everybody hears frequencies different. Everybody is more sensitive to different decibels and all kinds of things. So it all comes down to what you really like. So for me, it's really hard for me to review this because it's really good on the musical instruments of the songs. The musical instruments sound very clear, and it is definitely true that it is capable of doing the high resolution audio. That was one of the points that it says. I don't know where did it say it now, but it is capable of doing high resolution audio. You hear the instruments very well. The bass is moderate. It's not really heavy, but it's noticeably there. It won't hit you and rock your your eardrums out, but it is good. It's balanced. It's not heavy. One thing though, the treble is kind of on the lower side. So what happens is that the vocals that you hear, it's not as clear as it could be. So I haven't tried the app, so I don't know exactly how it'll be with the app. Maybe you can make some kind of adjustments. Also, I'm using an iPhone. I'm just using the regular music app, so I'm not capable of really tweaking the equalizer to adjust the sound quality. So I know that with the Android, you have more options with the apps that can actually really alter the sound quality. So I'm gonna see if that makes any difference. But as of right now, with just basic app and basic sound output that's being produced off of the earpiece as well as the app that you're playing your music from, it's kind of, like I said, it's kind of hard to rate it because you have good bass, you have good instrument quality sound, but yet your vocals are not coming out very good. Well, it's not that they're not coming out good, but they feel a bit muddy. So that is one thing. It's kind of hard to say to recommend this earpiece to you. You would have to kind of hear it for yourself and see if that's something that you like. But then again, like I said, maybe with some equalizer apps, it will clear out that part, because that's the only issue that I had with this earpiece. As for going jogging or anything like that, I haven't had any issues where I had to readjust it. But then again, it's also very cold now, and a lot of times when I had to readjust it is when I start getting sweaty. So I didn't have any issues with that while exercising. I didn't have any issues while like lifting weights or anything like that popping out of my ear. I didn't have any issues with that. But again, I mean, some people, they tend to wear the wrong ear tip, so then they complain that their ear bud is falling out of their ear. So when you wear these things, you really have to get one that kind of plugs up your ear. So with that being said, I didn't have any issues. And if I was to rate this, I guess I would rate it like a 7 out of 10. Maybe it'll be a little bit higher if I can kind of figure out the treble part of this thing. Other than that, everything else is okay. Like I said, active noise canceling could be better. And I mean, phone calls, I mean, it's always going to be more miss than hit for these kind of ear tips. Doesn't really matter what brand they are. So, I mean, that's pretty much all I have for you guys. If you guys have any questions, or if you guys also, one more thing that I missed is that, so with the Bluetooth Connect, it's very simple. Just pull this out of the ear case, and I haven't had any issues connecting. So, I mean, that's all fine. And anyway, so that's pretty much all I got. If you guys have any questions, comments, leave them down below, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. See you guys next time. Thanks.